Lisa! 3!
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Hey, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, tell 'em turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last warning, I'm gonna see go. I am not afraid of the storm that comes my way. When it hits, it
Oh, today is a sad day.
Yes, it is.
It's a sad day.
It is a very sad day.
I can't. We lost somebody today.
Somebody special.
Well,
In a certain way. Not special to us. I mean,
I was gonna say not directly to us. No,
No.
but we did a very popular person. If you were,
back in the 90s.
yeah, from the 90s. If you have any recollection or remembrance of the Clinton administration and all the fiasco that was there.
Or that wasn't there.
No, that wasn't.
Come on.
I know. Thank God he didn't have a Pound Me Too movement back then, man.
Oh, those hashtags.
I'm just saying. But yeah, so apparently, and it's going to make you feel old.
Yep. Older than you have in a while.
Yeah. So Linda Tripp,
Mm-hmm.
she passed away today.
She was on her last trip today.
Yeah, she took her last trip out the door to the great beyond.
Yep. The final
70
final destination.
years old.
That really does. Like, that should make. And I understand we're in 2020 now.
I know. And if
We're in 2020. Yeah.
Do the math. It's been 20-something years, almost 30 years. Like,
Whoo.
I know. I get that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when you do the math, it's like when you do the math, it makes sense. But when it stares at you in the face that she was 70,
Well, yeah.
it's like, holy smokes, man.
Does that mean, like, really? Like, in that area? Wow.
Yeah.
And then you look at Bill Clinton, and you're like, oh, yeah, he's definitely at least 70.
I remember
oh,
now.
gosh.
Okay, yeah, that does
Yeah,
make
that's definitely there. Okay.
That makes sense. Linda Tripp was a key figure in the 1998 President Clinton sex scandal that accumulated his impeachment in the U.S. House of Representatives. She passed away at the age of 70 from pancreatic cancer.
Sad.
It is sad. Everybody was, and Monica Lewinsky was actually nice enough to put a tweet out about her.
Gotcha.
She said, quote, "No matter the past, upon hearing that Linda Tripp is very seriously ill, I hope for her recovery, and I cannot imagine how difficult this is for her family." Well, that's good to, that at least there's no ill will or bad bones or nothing between them. And,
Bad bones. That's
you like
mainly
that?
just a cigar, too.
Share a stogie or two together. What's a cigar between friends?
I know. Come on.
I'm just saying. But no, it again, the realize, and she was 70.
Yeah.
70.
I know.
Smokes, man. I mean, and I know that I'm completely, ignoring the fact that, she passed away.
Yes, we're not even that. We kind of glossed over that one there.
I did kind of gloss over that, and I don't mean to. It's not meant to be done in a bad way or anything like that. It's just 70.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, I get it. I'm pushing for. I graduated in '99.
Yeah.
I was 17. I was 16 when this all went down.
Yeah, I mean 2005 here, but still.
Yeah. No, I did. Shut up. But when all this was going down, I was getting ready to go into the military. Like a lot, it was,
like, yeah, you're doing some high prep there.
Yeah, but I was still young and all this stuff. It was it feels like an eternity. And God bless her. Hopefully, prayers for the family and condolences, because it's never an easy thing to lose anybody, let alone a parent. So thoughts and prayers go out to that family as they deal with that loss. And you're welcome.
What can I say except
you're welcome? I love that. You know how many times I had to listen to that song this weekend?
Oh yeah, with your youngest, I'm sure he loves that song, doesn't he?
Oh dear Lord, yes.
Yeah, I can understand.
Like
why.
I have the Spotify's, and I have to play every time we get into the car. That's the first thing he says. Daddy, welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah. I'm like, Dad, going in. All right. I have to turn it on, and so I got smart, and I found the actual full soundtrack on Spotify, and I just hit play and let it run through. And then they're like, because what's funny is, like, as soon as and it's every single time.
Yep. Again,
that song will get on, that song will be over, and he will be like, again.
Yeah.
And I just won't answer him, and then the next song will come on, and he'll look back and he'll go, oh, I like this song. I kind of figured you did. That's why
I don't know that soundtrack at all.
Yeah,
right.
I'm sure you don't.
Yeah, I've got girls, so yes, I definitely know that soundtrack.
Okay, so another cute little story real fast is before we move on. So we were going through the Sheetz to get some hot dogs.
Yes.
If you don't know anything about the Sheetz gas station, the food is
good. Very
good.
Actually
really good, and they have 2 for $1 hot dogs. And so I'll go through and get like 8 of them for $4. It's great.
Super awesome.
We were in line. I was getting the boys some lunch, and the part of the soundtrack was playing, and it was that section of the movie where she's on the boat, and like, remember when the grandmother comes back from the dead?
Yeah.
Okay. And she hits that one part where she's singing and she screams out, I am Moana, sitting there, and the song is playing low.
Yeah.
And you kind of hear him mumbling in the background, and I'm handing the guy my card to give him the money, and the moment he takes the card from me, my youngest in the background just screams out, I am Moana! Scared the hell out of me. The guy in the window was like, what the hell? Oh, it was great.
That's awesome.
Love that kid.
That is great. Yeah, my kids are too shy for that. Like, even if they think that somebody could be listening, they don't. No.
Oh, my boys have no shame. The oldest one does a little bit, but that's because he's in the early stages of puberty. He's 11.
Yeah.
So, he has to do the deodorant thing, and
he's starting to look around at stuff.
Yeah,
different.
Everything he wants to be exactly like all of it. His mom would do his hair, do haircuts at home with the right. And the problem with it is he's been going to public school, and so he didn't want her doing it anymore. He wants his hair to grow longer. And I asked him about it. I was like, why are you insisting on having your hair longer? I don't understand. And not
a long, just like longer than what it is.
Longer, yeah. And he looks at me, he goes, well, he's like, all the other kids at school have longer hair, and I don't want to be the only kid with short hair. I'm like, that's it?
Yep.
Like, I'm like,
peer pressure, bro.
No. I'm like, you need to be you. You are awesome as you. Stop doing it. I looked at him and I did the whole, if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you do it?
Yeah.
And
he said?
He goes, no, that's stupid. I'm like, you want to get your hair cut because everyone else is doing it. That's stupid.
Right? I mean, it's not as extreme, obviously. But
the context is exactly the same. And so I'm having to deal with that with him. There's a lot of stuff that he wants to do. Everything he's doing now and his mother lets him do is all because his friends are doing it. And I'm like,
well, I know that one day it's going to happen. I mean, my oldest is to the point like Well, I want to play this game because I know people that are playing that game, and I want
Yep.
to play the game because they're playing it, and all their
Yep.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I had that blocked. I was doing that. I had that perfectly blocked, and then, divorce.
Things happened. Yeah.
Divorce is a mother trucker, and
Yeah,
what
it
ended
is.
up happening was, she's like, "Oh, sure," because it, one, she knows I can't say anything, and two, it shuts them up, and she can do whatever she wants to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what they've been doing. And I got to a point where like they'll come in and be like, "So I've been playing that." I'm like, "Don't even tell me. Don't even tell me. I don't want to hear about it.
Don't want to know about it.
Don't want to know about it. It doesn't exist. I don't know.
Not
gonna
my
put up
thing.
with it."
Not what I'm doing.
You know what good habit I am going to teach them to do though?
What's that?
To appreciate good coffee.
That is a good thing to appreciate. My daughter, my oldest daughter,
Mm-hmm.
loves herself a good cup of the American Pride Roasters.
Yes, I have been on occasion with my oldest. I have been. I will occasionally let him have a swig or two, and
See, ours, what she does is she'll go and she'll wait until all the adults have had all their coffee, and then there'll be like a little bit left, and she'll be like, "Can I? Can I?" And we're like, "Yeah, go ahead, it's fine, no problem." And she'll go and sweeten it up and pour the little bit that's left, and then fill the rest with milk. And she'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is so good."
so when you're like, it's better when you don't have
Half
Sugar.
a glass of milk and whatever.
and a half a glass of milk. But you know what?
No, whatever. And so, to each their own. And we do the sweet and cream.
Yeah,
sweet
you do.
cream.
And not everybody.
do
Not
that.
everybody is as. I don't know, what would you call it? Not everybody is direct, I guess, or is, I don't know. Not everyone is all about the black.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
not.
And speaking of, that brings us around to the flavor of the night, which is obviously
Always.
the only dessert coffee that you can have, which is also my wife's favorite, which is the Watson's White chocolate caramel. Over at AmericanPrideRoasters.com. If you haven't tried the Watson's White chocolate caramel, I would highly, highly recommend it. It's a little bit of a sweeter flavor already naturally mixed in with the beans, and also if you do add a little bit of sugar and a little bit of cream, it really does lend itself to a very heavy dessert coffee. Still has just the right amount of punch of caffeine and that coffee taste that you can only get at American Pride Roasters.
Yes. And we have to thank William Peterson for being able to have advocated to push for this amazing flavor, to bring that around. It's a great addition to everything that DM has got going on over there. If you would like to try yours, get a samplings of that, or if you're not a coffee drinker, maybe you're into the teas.
Yes.
The Boston tea is I hear is phantasmagoric. Go
Yes.
to AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Yeah.
So many different things to choose from. The tons of flavors, like stuff that you may not even like the flavored coffee. You might not be into.
Look, maybe you're not into a white chocolate caramel macchiato.
or something like Ron's sexual chocolate, or Burr Hamilton, or blueberry donut, or whatever. Maybe you just want just a regular cup of coffee.
I would recommend highly the George Washington. It is amazing.
The Mojo 50 flavor is pretty good. I'm trying to think of the plain ones. I don't do the plain one very much because
Well, you have the Mojo blend.
we do have the Mojo band, but I'm saying I'm trying to think of any others that are.
You get the Mojo, you got the Washington. There's like 3 or 4 others that are just like straight.
There are
straight
yeah,
coffees.
and I apologize for not having tried those because I'm a creature of habit and I really like my flavored.
Once you hit Izzo's Rage is technically not a flavored coffee.
Technically,
It is just a light roast for the caffeine and a dark roast for the kick of flavor, for that dark, deep flavor blended together into this wonderful melody.
in Uranus Hertz.
Oh no, that has anise.
Oh, okay. See,
That's why it's Uranus Hertz.
I got it. I haven't worked down the list yet, so I haven't.
It has those anise
haven't
star
tried
pod
that.
things.
Gotcha. But anyway, they have candies, or I can't say candies. They have the chocolates. They have the bark, coffee drops. Check it out. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. I promise you, you will not be sorry.
It is historically great coffee.
Indeed.
And once again, thank you, Walter Phillips, for all of your progress here.
Yes. Yes, indeed. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be enjoying the wonderful flavor. And thank you.
DM. DM, you're a great man.
Yeah, well, yeah, to succumbing to the pressures of social justice.
That's right. Because without those pressures and succumbing, we wouldn't have the Watson's White chocolate caramel.
So, speaking of things succumbing
to other things,
a really weird coincidence happened today. For those of you that are possibly living under a rock, or I don't know what you may have been doing today, but Bernie Sanders has dropped out of the Democratic nominational race.
No.
Yeah.
No. Come on.
He's done, and I believe this is probably his last run. I could be wrong.
If this isn't his last run, he's literally running the next one from the grave. I mean, come on. I know it's only 4 years, but geez, dude.
I know.
Let it go, bruh.
I mean, he was there in the front of everything when the Israelites were crossing through the wilderness.
Yeah, he was the front of the march. I mean, come on.
He was there, and I believe he was instigating a lot of the crap going on. But the ironic thing is
the worshiping of the calf idols and all the rest of it.
Yeah, it was probably
that guy.
He was probably one of the leaders in that little thing going, you know what?
Sorry.
Aaron's like, what the hell? Yeah.
What are you doing?
You need to take this gold and turn it into a calf.
And then we worship the calf.
Moses isn't coming down. I don't do a very good Bernie Sanders.
It's all right.
Anyway,
You don't have to. You don't have to.
You don't, really. But as a coincidence happens, when pretty much after he announced the end of his campaign, it was early this afternoon, I believe. Late this morning, early this afternoon. A weird thing happened.
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean by? Well, so what do you mean by weird? Like weird is crazy, weird coincidental, weird
I was gonna say some may call this coincidence. I don't know. It might be, it might not be. But the stock market rose.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How much?
Quite a bit.
Really?
I like 700 points.
Woo!
After like the dismal plummets it's been getting, it just went. Yeah. According to Fox Business News, the U.S. equity markets rallied to sessions highs Wednesday after Bernie Sanders announced that he was suspending his presidential campaign. Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 593 points, or 2.62%, ahead of the noon hour.
Oh, so it was right before noon. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and the S&P and 500 and NASDAQ rose by 2.4%. And the gains have lifted the S&P 500 out of the bear market when it officially ended. The index closing at about 2,684.88.
S&P, that's for me, bud.
1-inch thick top sirloin steak. Salt and pepper heavily. Grill at 400. 4 minutes total. Flip each minute to get the good grill marks. Let sit for 2 minutes. Down the hatch.
Flip twice.
Grill marks, bud.
Sacrilege.
I will strike you.
Blasphemy.
Do you want to get striked?
S&P, that's for me.
That's not the same.
Oh.
S&P. I appreciate
the candor there. I mean,
I do appreciate the candor, but that's not the same.
Oh, and this is not a direct correlation. I want you guys to know we are not directly correlating the fact that the Bernie Sanders dropped and suddenly right after the S&P gained 700 points. That's
now, having said that, I mean, there are a lot of people who are saying that.
Right. There are people who are saying that, but
yeah, like Ed Mills, for the Washington policy strategist at Raymond James, told CNBC that, quote, Sanders' exit removes the tail risk of some of his policies, immediately sets up a focus of a Biden versus Trump. Biden's policies will get new scrutiny now that he is the presumptive nominee, but the truth of the matter is that the market will be looking forward to Washington more to help the economy, and much of the assistance matches his platform.
Please stop. Please stop.
I know.
Stop it. No, I understand. Look, if the government just if the government just got out of the way of the business, I understand the whole thing's going on, everything, yada, yada, yada. But you do understand we literally turned our liberty and our freedom over to the government because of something less deadly than the bird flu.
Yeah.
Something that can generally be washed away with soap and water. That if you just take an extra zinc pill a day, you are pretty much guaranteed not to be sick by it.
Yeah. It's a little weird.
We're talking literally like that hydroxychloroquine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it does?
That's the malaria pill, isn't it?
No, that's the one that people thought it was like the fish tank cleaner.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what it actually does, though?
No.
It raises the amount of zinc your body can absorb. If you take it in a steady, light dose, it raises the amount of zinc your body can absorb. Zinc kills viruses.
Who'd have thunk it?
So, something that you can easily take care of by washing your hands and taking a little extra zinc on a daily basis. Shut down the entire economy in the world's economy, and we're not talking about it because, well, we don't want to talk about it because it covers the rest of the fucking news media.
Yeah. That's all we're talking about. Oh, we're not, but...
That's all everybody else is talking about. Anyway.
That's all everybody else is talking about, and I just...
Sorry, rant there.
Oh, you're good. Everybody's been thinking it. You just said it.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize.
But yeah, no, I agree with you. We shouldn't be. The only reason why, the market is looking towards Washington is, like you said, we've given up. We keep giving the government our liberties and our freedoms to the point that when something like this happens, we have no one to turn to but them, which is what the government wants.
In the end.
There was a point, during, the Depression and things like that, people did for themselves. I mean, it was just as difficult and just as hard to be able to survive.
Yes.
But people did for themselves. They were able to survive and move by themselves. And yes, the government did help, but there was not near as many liberties given away.
Oh, yeah. Nowhere close.
And we have just given it and given it and given it and given it away and passed it up. And, we don't want to be responsible as we should. And here we are. Now we're getting to a point where we are beholden to the government to give us money that, one, we don't have to be giving.
Right.
Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
But we're looking to them to fix the problems.
Mm-hmm.
And all because we didn't want to be the responsible citizens that we're, I don't know, we're supposed to be.
Exactly. And I mean, this is not, the government is not Red Hot Chili Peppers. What they got, they're going to give it to your mama. No, they don't have anything.
God, I hate them.
You're welcome. They don't have a single thing. Everything is going into debt, into deficit, into added problems for our future generations. It's not what they got. It's what your grandkids aren't going to have.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not just that the money's going to be less, so they're going to be paying off the debt, which it is. It's the fact that you're passing off your freedoms, your liberties. The way it right now is as good as it's going to get, sadly, if we don't, turn around and start changing stuff.
You're right. You're exactly right.
I know I'm right.
Yeah, I know you know. But I know you're right, and you know you're right. But that right there means it's time for a commercial break. So we're going to take it. We'll be right back. Check the tapes again. I didn't. That's all I'm saying. Check Essential Jackhole over on the Twitter. Check the tapes again. I didn't do it.
Do what?
Read the Twitters.
I'm trying to. I was reading Peekapools.
Ah, well, scroll down one.
Yeah, no, he didn't. I cringed for a moment too. I was like, wait a minute, no, he didn't.
Nope, I didn't. I censored myself. I know how to do that on the fly. I can do that.
Yeah.
On the fly. Sorry. Missed it.
So close and yet so far.
That's what he said. Essential Jackal, I'm going to check. Yeah, I know you are. I know you will, and that's fine. You do that.
Oh, and your cup is being mailed tomorrow, by the way.
Yay!
Morning, it is being done out. It is being packaged up and set up tonight to be.
So what you're saying is you got a package for us soon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good.
Good stuff. Great
It
oldies.
is. Good times.
You look like. I can't.
You can. You can do this. You can do this.
No, I can do that, but I just.
Don't worry about it. We got this. All right, come back.
I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Oh.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, welcome back. Sorry, I had a mouthful of something I needed to swallow. Welcome to the show, Defenders Live, Mojo 50. Go to mojo50.com. While you're over there, hit the donate button, $25. And as a thank you for helping to keep the lights on and keeping things moving and showing it's your love, we will return their love by handing you or mailing you. We're not going to hand it to you.
Yeah, we can't hand it to you. 6-foot rule and all that. But
yeah, it's damn social distancing crap. You will be receiving a limited edition Rocky Stucci Meatball Army T-shirt as a way of saying thank you. For being so supportive and loving on the Mojos.
Thank you for being a friend.
Now that's
down the road and back again, buddy. That's what we're doing here.
My heart is true. Anyway, make sure you bookmark the Mojo 50 so you can check everything out over there. You can watch the Mojo TV. You can get up on all the other shows that are going on.
Yep.
New things going down there. When you get done over there, go to our website, doaeshow.com.
Yes.
Oh, while you're over there, you can check out all the archives and laugh a little bit, the cringeworthiness that is us. The Dumpster Fire's beginnings.
Yep, all those things.
How about
all of those things.
God bless it. Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of it. You could also pick up some gear, T-shirts, or a sweatshirt. Jackal Nation, we are the official site, or the official site for the Jackal gear.
Yep,
God,
yep. I don't know what you're doing.
Lord.
Or you can actually check out the brand new Tumblr that we have available to us. For those that have already ordered, yours are going to be shipping out very, very soon. The first one's going out tomorrow, and then probably next day.
No, well, the
first two.
The first two are going out tomorrow.
The first two are going out tomorrow, and then,
very first two are going out tomorrow morning.
Orders and orders and orders. As they come in, they will be sent out. There's a little bit of a time delay, mainly because, well, it's handmade. So,
yeah. But the previous, I don't want to say hindrances, but the slight issues that caused the delay beforehand has been rectified, and now things are moving rather smoothly. So it's just a matter of getting your order in, and it'll be arriving shortly.
There you go. Essential Jackal over on the Twitters. By the way, you can follow us at DOAE Show or use the hashtag ArmYourselves. Make it easier on everybody.
That way you can be a part of the show.
That is a way. Essential Jackal at Stephen Airy, did you mark that? I think you just quote hashtag drop the F-bomb. No, I did not. I was very close.
So close and yet so far.
I censor myself, and that was one of the times.
One of the few.
The Proud?
The Marines.
Thank you. Also on the Essential Jackals, on the Twitters, you're a pal and a confidant. Thank you. Thank you
so
so
much. A party.
Yep. Thank you so much.
And invited everyone that I knew.
Yep.
You'd see that the biggest gift from me.
You got it.
I'm waiting for you. Why am I doing all of this?
Because I want you to. No, because I don't care. I just love to zing you. That's what this is all about.
That's one of those songs that just I remember it as a kid and it's gonna be stuck in my head and
forever, and that's why I did it. You know, we got the slug the other day. I got you. That's all that matters, babe. Da, 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 da.
This is why we can't have nice things. I'm telling you now. This is why we can't have nice things.
It is. It's true. So Jill Stein,
she doesn't want us to have nice things either.
No, she doesn't. But she's encouraging followers to leave the Democratic Party after Bernie dropped out, and apparently the Democrats are having a meltdown.
Yeah, I don't know why they're having a meltdown. The Democratic Party should not be surprised the fact that it's trying to be hijacked by socialists.
Because they're socialist.
Yeah, exactly. You should be. The folks that would leave the Democratic Party if Jill Stein had her way and they all left. Or the people that were Bernie supporters left, you're actually losing what would be arguably the cancer of the Democratic Party.
Correct.
So you should be very happy about that. You should be like, yeah, no, go, please, goodbye.
What you should be doing is saying things like, thank you, Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders thank you, Bernie Sanders, for leaving, and thank you, Joe Biden, for keeping it up.
Yeah, it's hard for a man that age to keep it up. But it is. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's very tiring.
It is. It's difficult.
It is. Somewhat hard. Oof.
Very hard. So,
but I'm sure he's got a lot of help.
Yep. He gets by with a little help from his friend.
Yep. But anyway. You can't be upset that they're trying to leave.
I mean, yeah, no.
You don't want to have. You really don't. Socialism is not the way to go. It doesn't end well for anybody, ever. Never ever.
Never ever.
Never.
For ever. Never ever.
It's funny. People think that, oh no, I will do it differently. I'm going to do the same stuff, but it'll work for me this time.
I don't think so.
And it's like, no, if it doesn't work for somebody else, then it's not going to work for you.
It's just not the right person, man. They just haven't found the right person. That's all.
Right.
That's all it is.
Sure.
They just not the right person. It's always the wrong person, the wrong time, and all the rest of it, because that's what they always say. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just, it's difficult. It's difficult. Kevin Hutchison over on the MeWeeds. Apparently, it's hard to keep for Joe to keep it down.
Yeah, I mean, look at all the trouble he keeps getting into for the touchings and
and the feelings.
Yeah, the man cannot keep his hands to himself. Apparently, he needs to go back to elementary school.
Yep. Stop touching and smelling people. It's weird.
Well, it's not just weird. It's inappropriate. Like, that's the first thing you teach all children. You keep your hands to yourself.
No touch, no smell, no licks, none of those things. Don't taste people. That's weird, Joe Biden.
Well, the reason I think he does the smelling and the tasting is because his other senses are starting to go.
They're a bit dulled.
Yeah, and so it's more like an insect.
Oh, I figured it was more like a dog, but
Well, there's that too, but he's just trying to identify things through his other senses, and you know, on the one hand, I mean, is it kind of is a little intrusive, maybe, but
intrusive.
Yeah.
Quote, at Green Party USA welcomes all who understand the fight for the people. Planet and peace must continue. She added with the hashtag dim exit.
Does she really think that I mean, I guess the Green Party is the closest, you know, socialist party. I mean, it's not quite the actual socialist party, but it's close.
It's pretty close.
I don't. They welcome all of them who. That's so dumb.
Yeah.
You're not helping anybody.
Mm-mm.
The fight for people, planet, and peace.
Right. Because that makes sense.
They can never give you a direct answer on how any of it works. They never can. It's always, well, how do you do this? And then they'll start off fine, but they're usually about a question or two deep. And then after that, it falls apart.
Well, everything falls apart.
Very quickly.
It's another song reference. Sorry.
I know. I'm ignoring you.
I know. But what you shouldn't ignore is the audio signals from New Life Holistic.
You can't ignore them.
I know, but you should try not to.
Brad said he falls asleep on occasion.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
So I don't know. I don't know if it works or that way. I was too afraid. Like I said, I had my first session on Monday. My next one is next Monday. I was afraid to fall asleep.
Really?
Yeah, because I felt that, like, I mean, maybe I don't need to actually be awake to hear it, because it does after a while. You know, that's the recommendation. That Dr. Anthony sits there and he says, you know, lay down, you get comfortable, you have headphones in, and I was
relax.
I was laying on the bed, and unfortunately I don't have the eye mask like
right.
Brad has, so I just put a pillow over my.
So you decided to suffocate yourself?
Which might have been why I was actually falling asleep, was lack of oxygen. It might not have been the toast at all. It might have been I was smothering myself.
You're like,
I don't know. But I was laying, and it does. You're laying on the pillow, and you have your eyes closed, and you're hearing the tones, and it's, you know, and it's just tones is all it is. It's a variation of tones. It almost sounds. The best way to describe it, if you haven't experienced it yet, and you absolutely should go talk to and check out
New Life Holistics. Yeah,
I had it. I swear to God, I think I'm pre-stroking right now because everything is like coming in backwards.
Thank you.
But I was just, it sounds like the very, very beginnings of somebody creating one of those like electric songs, you know, not quite techno.
Oh, like almost techno.
Almost techno, but minus like the, you know, the beat.
So it's more like trance. It's kind of like trance, the beginning of most trance music, which is like the harmonics in the back end, like. Yeah. Only it's a clearer tone. It's like listening to Yanni minus crap. Minus the bad stuff, like his voice. Like Yanni or Zamfir, something like that turns around, and it actually is good though. This is actually doing something good for you, not making you want to cut your wrist with a cheese grater. Sure, yeah, I mean that's fine.
That's just saying, but yeah, I'm excited to be doing this, and I will be bringing updates as things go along. I know Brad has been doing the same thing. So you need to get us checked out too. Go to the New Life Holistics and check them out. Yes, it's newlifeholistic.com, newlifeholistic.com, or 1-888-4-BIO-LIFE, 1-888-4-BIO,
LIFE. If you go there or you call them up, use just mention Mojo Radio, and they'll give you $50 off your first session right off the bat. It's amazing. Yeah. It's awesome. Soundscapes. Yeah, it's kind of like Soundscapes.
Yes, that's it. But it's
Thanks, Invaders.
It's Soundscapes, but less musical.
Right.
Makes sense. It does have kind of a music type tone, but I mean, we're talking bass, like
Ace of Base, like.
I saw the sign.
It opened up my eyes.
Yeah. I saw the sign. It is. It's just a and again, we're gonna. I'm trying to figure out a time and a setup, and we'll get the doc on and
he can explain it a little better. I'm sure.
He can explain it a lot better than we can, because he's been doing this for 15
a while
plus years.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, newlifeholistics.com. Check them out. It'll change your life.
It will. So, thug wearing medical mask sucker punches an NYPD officer from behind, and an onlooker decides to cheer as the guy runs away.
Why?
I don't know, but a small crowd formed near 183rd Street and Davidson Avenue in University Heights to watch the arrest of a 27-year-old robbery suspect, law enforcement sources told the paper. An officer, and the clip can be seen on knee holding the suspect to the sidewalk while another officer stood nearby, the Post said. And a man wearing a medical mask, dark glasses, and a baseball cap walked by the scene. That man, who is 31 years old, suddenly punched the second officer in the head from behind, sending the cop's cap flying, after which he then appeared to land at least 2 other quick punches. The officer then pulled out his taser, and the suspect hightailed it down the street as quickly as possible.
As he should have. And
nah, get tased, bro.
If
you're gonna punch a cop, get tased.
Watch it. Drop.
Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna be that bold where you can figure out how to punch a cop and think that you're good and you can stand up to your own, you better be willing to stand up and also get tased, bro.
You would think. I don't understand why people are. And it's these young kids is what it is. It's these young people who think that, the cops are doing this horrible thing and da-da-da-da-da. And let this kid have a robbery in his house. Let there be an intruder. Let him have a conflict with somebody where he actually needs help.
Right.
And
let the cops not show up.
Dollars to donuts. The cops will be the first people he calls.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna. It's incredible to me that you have the nerve, you have the
gall,
the nuggets,
the cojones.
Yeah, to turn around to be this big of a douche, and then turn around and then act like, oh well, I need your help. What am I supposed to do? This is your no.
Well,
I know there's no way of keeping
you're a
talent
police
on these
officer.
people.
You're a police officer. You gotta help. You gotta get me. You gotta come help me, man.
I know that there's no way of keeping tally of these people,
right,
that do these things or that allegedly hate cops or whatever. But I kind of wish that there was, because then the cops can go, all right, no, we'll be. Oh wait, you don't like us. You did XX. We're marching in this party or this parade against us, or you assaulted us, or you're on. Okay, no. Well, don't worry, you're on the top of our list, and just click. But the thing is there isn't a cop, a real cop, a good cop out there that, even knowing that people do this, wouldn't still go and show up and help.
Right.
Because I'm being ultra douchey myself in that instance, but it's the same concept as the guy the guys that are in the military.
True. And I mean, so it's Invader Zig does make a point. Sometimes cops deserve it, and he says, and actually most times they deserve it. I'm not there. I'm not there though, unless there's proof of an officer deserving it and deserving it while in uniform. I'm gonna support and back the officer in these things.
Well, and then for me too, like we're a nation of laws.
Yes, not of men.
Way too damn many, I might add.
Right,
but,
right.
We're a nation of laws, and
there's a reason why we have police officers.
Yeah, we can't. If we've entrusted them to uphold the law and everything else, we can't just go turn around and say, well, we have to. If a cop is acting a certain way, it is not appropriate. It is not becoming of the badge. All of that jazz. Mm-hmm. We have to have some kind of semblance and holding on to the fact that the law is still the law and that these cops should be held to it just as we are. That doesn't mean you go and sucker punch them. That means that they should be, just as equally arrested for, excessive or
the
whatever.
Stupid crap they do.
Yes, they should be held responsible for it. And I'm not talking about, well, it's an internal investigation and we're going to move you to a desk and blah, blah. No, I'm talking like legit. If a cop is a bad cop, then he needs to be punished for whatever it was that he did wrong, corruption or whatever, assault, any of that stuff, excessive things. It needs to be held to it. And we have to have an attempt to have some kind of faith in the system.
Right.
We have to. Because if we don't, then everything falls apart. And the only way we're going to get back to having it proper and correct is if we keep faith in the system. Now, obviously, again, the system is flawed and
it's made of people. Yeah, it's made of people, and people are corrupt.
But still, like, the system itself is a good system-ish. It's not the best, but it's a hell of a lot better than anywhere else.
Right.
And if we, because it even goes back to the old adage, two wrongs do not make a right. Mm-hmm. We as a society have given authority to police officers to uphold laws. You don't like the laws, then you need to be more diligent of a citizen and fight and do
your part and actually fix the laws.
There you go. You don't sit there and complain about them and assault the guys.
Yes.
Who are literally just doing their job.
And in reference to another story that did come out today about a father being arrested for taking his 6-year-old daughter out to play t-ball. Mm-hmm. This is one of those situations to where if we don't like a law, especially if it's an executive order that isn't actually a law, easy. Don't re-elect that person and get them out of fucking office.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's again, you don't pick a politician based off of what party they're a part of. You don't pick them because, I recognize that name. Mm-hmm. You vote for that person because that person most represents who you are and what you stand for. I swear as God is my witness, I feel like I'm a broken record sometimes because I feel like you say this every damn show.
All the time.
And it's the truth. And I will admit, it is hard sometimes to be standing there in the ballot box and have realized that you've not done your due diligence and you're looking at this list and there's people, the local people, and you don't know the name. And some of them you barely know the political affiliation.
Right, because they're judges and they don't post those.
Well, I'm not even talking about just judges. I'm talking about all kinds of stuff at the local level.
Oh, yeah, your judges, your sheriffs, all the rest of them, yeah.
All of it. If you don't know who they are, or what they stand for, or how they do things, and you're just like, eeny, meeny, miny, this guy. And by doing that, you end up in this situation where there's crap going on that you don't agree with, and here we are. It's not fun. It is not fun, and it's not easy. We all have better things. I say better things. We all have things that we need to do and we want to do. Life is very demanding. Mm-hmm. But if we don't take the responsibility of being a citizen. Being a citizen is more than just, well, I'm here and I was born here, or I have citizenship and I'm allowed to be here, yay, and I get the benefits of the country. You have a responsibility.
Yep.
You want to keep the ease and the benefits and the use this term loosely, the freedoms that you have now. You want to keep those and enjoy those.
Loosely.
Then you have to make sure that they stay in place, because, and by doing that is you being a diligent citizen and doing your homework and voting for the best. You're not always going to get it right. They're not always going to be great choices. There's not always a lot of these people. They're politicians. They lie. That's their job.
Yes.
Okay. They're like lawyers. That's what they do
For a living.
Yes. You're not always going to get it out the gate. You can pick somebody and go, holy crap, this dude sucked.
Yeah, of course.
But then that's when you turn around and go, well, he sucked. Let's get someone else in there.
Exactly.
It's just, and then and everybody's like, well, it's so hard. It's this and that. If we tried,
Just a little bit harder.
it will be difficult. But if we keep at it and if we try and we stay diligent, eventually it can get to a point where we can get back to literally anybody can run for any office, and it doesn't take having millions of dollars to buy the office.
Right. I'd love to get back to the point of where you were actually put into office based on the merit of what you did in the society that you're around, and the fact that enough people in your society and in your community actually knows what good you've done.
Yeah.
Whether or not you projected that yourself, but like people know because you were out there doing stuff and they noticed.
Yeah. Yep. It's not an easy job. The problem with it is the less that the less attention we give this, the less that we try to actually do what we're supposed to do, the worse it gets. This is just like it's like if you have a cavity and you don't take care of it, eventually it spreads to other teeth, and eventually you lose not just that tooth, but you start having gum diseases. There's issues start falling apart. You can get, tumors and cancers and all this other. It spreads, and eventually it takes over everything.
Yes, it's a slow fade.
It's a slow. It is, and the longer it goes untreated, the longer it is allowed to continue to fester, the worse it gets when the time comes, and eventually it will kill you.
Yes, he was the best of uncles.
Quarantine breaking slug. We are a nation of laws only as long as we are all held accountable to the same laws. Just saying.
Just saying. You're correct. And that is true.
Absolutely.
Once again.
Pharma Steve, 2 wrongs don't make a right. But if I learned anything from American Dad, 2 wongs can make a white. Thank you. You were the man. I needed that.
It's enough of that. There's enough.
So
we definitely needed that sort of thing. We needed to make sure that was taken care of. And you know what else that you guys need to make sure of? You take care of your food supply. I mean this wholeheartedly. If you do not have emergency food, you should get it immediately, or as soon as physically possible. I understand it's all weird, and you don't want to. Most of us don't want to be considered that like crazy person that has food in their basement or whatever else. But look. These store for 25 years. They have their own bins. They have their own containment areas. Go to preparewithmojo50.com. Prepare with Mojo50. Get a 4-week food supply, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 4 weeks for only $197 flat. No additional fees. No shipping. No handling. None of that. $197 flat. And when you're there, if you go to the website, you can also get the water the water purification systems, air purification systems, all the rest of it, all available to you. Preparewithmojo50.com. And with that, I think we need to get to the bell count.
Good evening, Mojo 50.
here with your bell count grade for the day, Wednesday, April 8th, 2020. Today we had no missed innuendo bells. 28 actual bells, 1 horn, 2 wah-wahs, and 1 Dylan trigger for blackface and what's his name?
Northrop.
Giving us an A for the day. Peace out, boys. Stay corona free. We'll see you tomorrow.
I have no idea what just happened, but
That was wonderful.
Again,
Bravo. I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.